pretty much just going over my pre-market game plan going into tomorrow, and then I'll also do the trading session recap for today. So I'll be sure to make this quick, clean, and simple as always. Now, coming into today, today was a really good day. If you watched our pre-market game plan video yesterday, we went 6 for 7, right? Everything that we planned out happened to the T except for Tesla. And of course, it's Tesla. We shouldn't be surprised, but we'll get into that. Now, game plan today coming into SPY, right? Coming into the market was a pullback long off this previous all-time high, right? Classic break retest. This is why it's very important to zoom out and understand context, right? Because if you're going into market open and you're on the 1 minute time frame, right? This looks bad. This looks like, oh man, like we're finally getting our sell off. We hit the top. Now we're getting a reversal. No, not at all, right? This is healthy. This is beautiful market structure, right? We are stair stepping higher. So the game plan coming into today, right, was just a pullback long entry off this previous all-time high. And as you can see, that happened here on the dot. Not only that, right, we gapped up, we filled this gap, we come back, buyer step in here, pushing the price higher. We are stair stepping to the upside. So it's very important to always zoom out because let's look at this on the daily, right? I mean, this is beautiful. We have been in an uptrend since May, right? Since May. This is textbook. It's honestly crazy to even look at that. Now, as you can see here, right, the trend is your friend. You don't want to short this name. So tomorrow's game plan, same thing. We want to see if we can get a pullback long off this previous all-time high, targeting the previous day high, or, right, a break and retest above previous day high, right? Good displacement, looking for buyers to step in and push this thing higher. Same thing on the Qs, right? Not only did it fill its gap, beautiful, right? What did it do? Pull back, retest, continuing this move to the upside. That was the game plan coming into today, and it did exactly that. So, as we see here, right, we're not looking to short this name either. So, coming into tomorrow, same game plan as today, right? Pull back long off this all-time high, previous all-time high, or a break and retest above this previous day high, which is now the new all-time high, targeting more upside, right? If we fall under this, we are not looking to short this name, right? Because then you're just going to be a bear trap, right? Not knowing if you get caught in this liquidity grab and in this bear trap, you are fueling this move, right, to the upside. Does that make sense? So just make sure, right? I'm long biased on the overall market. So if we come in tomorrow and we get a sell off, I'm just looking for pullback long entries. Tesla, right? Not surprised. So the game plan coming into today on Tesla was we gapped up overnight, right? We were kissing all-time highs, as you can see here. So I was looking for a pullback long off this 466. If we fall under that, a pullback long off this 457. And if we fell under this, I was pretty much hands off. Now, we're not surprised Tesla did his own thing, right? You got SPY and Qs moving to the upside, and of course Tesla isn't. Now, where I like Tesla sitting now is really good, right? So coming into tomorrow, right? This is our channel. This is our no trade zone. I am hands off in here, right? The only two things I'm looking for is a short under 436.30 to the downside and a long over 444.20 to the upside. Reason I like this long is this is literally the same game plan that we called yesterday, right? As you can see, right? This was resistance, right? This was resistance. And then what did it do? It broke out, right? And we turned this into support, right? Now we turned it into support, right? That's beautiful. That's textbook. That's what we want to see. So if we get that tomorrow, I'm looking for the same setup, right? Why is this a good trade and a high RR trade? There's nothing in its way to the upside, right? That's a high probability setup. We're trading outside of the channel to the upside. That's what I'm looking for. If we fall under this 436.30, I like shorts to the downside. Why do I like shorts to the downside? One, we'll be trading outside of this channel, right? Higher probability. This is a good confluence to, right? Look at this, right? You got, right? Not only is this a previous day low, this is a daily support, right? And it's a daily double bottom, right? Because this was our low here as well, right? So if we get a break and retest under this 436.30 to the downside, we're outside of the channel, we're under a daily support level, and we're under the previous day low. That's a good confluence there, right? And look at the RR trade, right? As we know, if Tesla wants to run, it can run. So this is a high probability trade to the downside as well. If we open up anywhere in here, I'm hands off. AMD, right? Game plan coming in today on AMD was a pullback long off this 168.65. I ended up taking this trade. I got stopped out on this trade. It was a good loss. My thesis ended up being correct. I'll break that down later in a separate video. But as you can see, right, we did end up holding this level and moving higher, right? So coming into tomorrow on AMD, same thing, right? I'm looking for a long off this 168.65 targeting the previous day high and the top of this range, or right, a break and retest above this 173 targeting the upside. We can get above that. There's nothing in its way, right? If we fall under this, I'm not looking to short this name. I'm just looking for pullback long entries. Now, if AMD comes in a little heavy, right, I would not be surprised because it still has this gap to fill, right? This still is a gap fill. I'm not saying to fill that tomorrow, but if it comes in heavy, I wouldn't be surprised. So game plan tomorrow is a pullback long off this 168.65 or a break and retest over 173. NVIDIA, I mean, this is beautiful. This was the game plan coming into today. I did not have NVIDIA on my close watch because it was sitting way up here. I did not expect this to pull back today, but it did, right? The game plan was a pullback long off the previous all-time high, previous day high, and it did that to the T. I mean, that's textbook, right? So if you zoom out here, right, resistance, turn support, right? You can't make this up. Resistance, turn support, right? That's what you want to see. So coming into tomorrow, right? Same game plan. We want to see this 188.15 hold. If we fail under this, I am not looking to short this name. Now, I understand while some may think, all right, this is a good short, right? You got a resistance here. Not only is this a previous all-time high, this is now a daily support level. This is also the previous day low. Those look like good confluences, right? But once again, just like the SPY, right? We are not looking to short this name. It's trending to the upside. So tomorrow on NVIDIA, I am looking for a pullback long, right? Off this 188.15, targeting the upside, or a break and retest above previous day high, targeting the upside. Now, see, this thing is still defending this 188.15. Buyers are stepping in aggressively here, even during, right, towards the end of day. What happens again? Buyers step up again, right? Wicks to the damage body tells the story. The fact that this wick is this long, that shows you how aggressively buyers bought this name up. So tomorrow, right, if we fell under this, like I said, these are my favorite setups. I would really like this trade because now I'm looking for this. The fell, right? You get that squeeze, you get that bear trap, and that fuels this move higher. So I'm not looking to short this name. I'm just looking to go long off of 188.15, right? If today we just stay heavy under 188.15, I'm hands off. Apple, right? Game plan coming in today on Apple was a pullback long off this 253.90 or a break and retest over 257.35. Beautiful, right? Market opens, right? We pull all the way back to this 253.90. You enter here, and I mean, this is textbook. So coming into tomorrow, right? The reason this is still a key level, we're getting close, right? We are getting close. This is a key level to go long off of. It's because wicks to the damage, body tells the story. So we still have not gotten a candle close above this 257.35. So tomorrow, right? I'm looking for a break and retest, right? 257.35, right? Targeting all-time highs. So if this sets up, you can look to take this. You can look to scale out some at the previous day high. You can look to scale some here, right? And hopefully price can continue to this all-time high, right? So that's the game plan coming into tomorrow. If we open up in the middle of this range, right, I'm just looking for something like this, right? But once again, Apple, this is not a name we're looking to trade. So these are our two key levels we're looking to go long off of. Palantir, game plan coming into today, right? 184.50, right? Pull back long off of this. We end up gapping up. We fill this gap. We pull back to this key level. We hold. We continue higher. Beautiful, right? As you can see here, that's exactly what happened. Now, like I mentioned, my favorite pullback long entries is when we fail that level, get a break, a reclaim of it, right? A retest and then continue higher. And as you can see here, that was textbook. Now, why is that my favorite setup when I'm looking for pullback entries? Because this, remember, this is a bear trap. These are people thinking, all right, we can finally short this name. We fell under a key level. But remember, when they're selling for a loss, they're getting squeezed out of their positions. And what they are doing is they are fueling the move higher to the upside, right? So classic break, retest, targeting, previous day high. That happened today. Beautiful textbook. You would have got in here, as you can see, price gravitated right back up to previous day high. And this is how, right? You enter good swing trades. This is a key level here, right? If you are able to just hold this and be patient, accept the risk, right? This is a great entry for a swing trade. And now you can sit comfortably targeting all-time highs. So coming into tomorrow, right? The only thing that I'm looking to take a trade off of on Palantir is if some way, somehow we come back here to this 184.50, right? And look to go long here. I'm not really looking to trade this name. If you zoom out here on the daily, right, we finally got this candle close above this level, right? This is what we want to see. So next, right, we want to see a pullback here, right, continuing higher towards this previous or towards this all-time high. You can look to take a trade off this previous day high. I don't like that because we're already at the top of the range, right? This isn't a big RR trade, right? The bigger RR trade, which honestly already occurred today, right, was off of this key level here, right? Look at how big this RR trade is, right? Instead of taking a break and retest over this previous day high. So that's the game plan coming into tomorrow. Hope this helps.